right, we're gonna go ahead and pull some cards for the month of May and just see what kind of energies that would be really great for us to focus on and think about for this spring month that we have. Whew. And we ask for our guides and our ancestors and our souls and everyone to be present to help with this message that is for the love and light and the good for all. Um, Five of Swords. Whoops, too many cards. See, Spirit, what else you got for us? Maybe you can fall out this Light Seers deck. Two of Swords reversed. We're doing a lot of thinking this month, I think. Okay, so let's see what else you got for us, Spirit Creator. Um, see here. Oh my goodness. Oh, we are definitely in our heads. All right. So, so Five of Swords. Here we are. These are kind of breakdown cards and challenging cards. And so this man is having some difficulty in this card, with thoughts causing migraines. I see we're overthinking this month quite a bit. And we're overthinking about choices that we have to make. And we're stuck, reversed. I'm seeing the energy stuck and blocked that we have these choices and you see we're feeling pretty blind. We're struggling with these choices of what we have to make and decisions this month. And it, because we're so much in our head, we're ended up over here with nightmares about our choices. And so I just want So Spirit just wants us to be aware that our thoughts, how it's impacting us. And, Spirit, can we get some messages about what to do about, um, what we can do to ease some of these thoughts or some of these choices, um, that are really impairing us or impacting us, that are causing some overthinking. So what do we got here, Spirit? Okay, a nice guy. Two, mature woman. And this is intuitive uh intuitive Kiev deck. Kev's, I think his name's Kevin, Intuitive Kevin's deck. This is his Oracle deck. I really like it ooh, because it's, I don't know, the drawings are pretty cool. This is Oracle deck, and I feel like we can connect um with some of these things that come up pretty easily. Um as they're pretty straightforward in a way. So so they're okay, so what are we getting here? So right here, I'm gonna go right with the Ice Queen that's reversed. It's um so I'm getting that even and I'll play into some of those cards, even though we're in these kind of in these negative thoughts, or we're having difficulty making decisions and overthinking things. It's, Spirit saying, don't get stuck in this ice queen mentality, and that if we stay out of that ice queen mentality, um, without like, and when I think like the Ice Queen, like there was this movie I saw, um, right, and there was an Ice Queen in there, and was I don't remember the name. But anyway, like when I think Ice Queen, I think of, a queen that's not very nice. I think of, the Wicked Witch. Like, and so, but I'm seeing it's reversed. And so I'm getting the message that we, if we are not in that space of we have awareness that, we're overthinking things, that we won't be in this space of being in the ice queen space, and that we can step into being nice people, or having people that are supportive and loving around us. And maybe there is a nice a male, someone identifies as a male that you can be reaching out to, um, if you are feeling like you are stuck in overthinking and having nightmares, um, and so thinking about also like a mature woman who, are there anybody in your support system in your community that represents these two archetypes that you could be reaching out to ask for some support, and so that you don't end up in this space of um, in the space of nightmares, and are able to stay balanced and not into this sort of ice queen shut down um, mentality or space. Um, and so let's put these here. And I just kind of feel like this is like overall energy. And I feel, support systems are really important to help on our healing journey and help on our spiritual journey. Um, what other messages, if people are struggling to find a support system, actual people to identify, what else can what else can people do that would be really helpful um, to reach out to? And then I'm going to actually use a deck, like I was just told not to use that deck. So let's see here if we can. All right, and kind of thinking about those people who are maybe struggling with humans that they can identify as support systems. Let's see what the Sacred Forest Oracle can help provide us with, if we're looking for more support around, not being so overthinking. Um, so this Aspen Spirit Courage. Let's see here. Other pieces that we can access um, to help us on this journey. Elves. Elves. Okay. And let's see. One other one. Um, okay. Yeah. So I'm seeing here we've got Aspen Courage, as something we can tap into. We've got 61, 6, and then, we've got 5, 2, and 9. Um, and then here's 3, and the Elvins, the elves is 15, and then Guardians of the Land protection is 21. So just in case any of those numbers are helpful or important to you, mean something to you. Um, so kind of thinking of other energies we can tap into to support us so that we're not into this overthinking, causing nightmares and migraines and headache space. This Aspen Spirit of Courage. I just think about, look at this butterfly and these leaves and this castle, and I just kind of think of transformation, and thinking about that we're worthy of transformation and courage, and thinking of using our imagination. I really feel like this is a card that's kind of like looking at our imagination with this castle. And yes, we have castles nowadays, but I kind of see this as like a princess castle. Um, and then, the Rapunzel Tower. And and just to kind of tap into what are some of your wildest dreams? What are some of the things that you want that are hard to envision, and to tap into some of those things, and kind of goes into the next card of the elves, and playfulness, and see these little spirits, these little, again, following over with the butterflies, um and playfulness, and that again, tapping into our imagination and playing and kind of getting out of the space of fear and struggling with with choices or decisions, and by doing some of this playfulness, um, is a way to invoke and uproot us into increasing our vibration so that we're in a better place to access um, to access our gifts, to access the courage that we need to keep moving forward to create the new things that we have in our minds that we want to create. And then also tapping into the guardians of the land, and see, and with protection, the forest. So I'm really, if you're getting into this overthinking space, one of those things is going back to nature, whatever nature you have, create your nature. If you're in this condo in this high-rise condo in a cement city, get a plant, get some aloe vera, I think there's some spider plants that has some pretty good properties too. That or even a cactus because they're really easy to grow and keep nourished because they don't require a lot of attention. Just to add some greenery, and that I could see someone who doesn't have access necessarily. There's people here that are in Arizona that are in the desert. Kind of thinking about, can you create that forest in your home? Create, recreate the land in your home. And I could see someone sitting like at their table with their plants around them and doing their meditation and connecting to the plant people and connecting to Pachamama and earth medicine for guidance and support to help them get out of this overthinking nightmare, you know, space that they have or that they're struggling with. And so tapping into our aspen spirit, our elves, the guardians of the land would be really helpful, to help you get out of that overthinking space that I think many of us are in Western society or Western culture, or, this pressure um, to perform or do things a certain way. And the mushrooms have been, these little guys have been talking to me. So, anybody inclined to mushrooms, they keep falling over saying, hey, me, don't forget about me. So of course, plant medicine can help get us out of our heads, in particular, La Niños are saying things that can help us get out of that space if we're really struggling to be overthinking and finding ways to connect. Um, and so, I've got another deck that's wanting some space here to share the messages for the month of May and to support us, and for those fellows that are feeling like they're kind of stuck in their head with overthinking and trying to create or to get into their sovereign place and authenticity and get movement happening. Here we go. Um, so here we've got, just going to move up all of these. The Eagle King, big picture, angelic help, the number 12. So the Eagle King right now is again the looking at the bigger picture of what's happening. Like, yes, we have all these decisions, we're overthinking and we're struggling in that way, and we're getting caught up. And the Eagle King is saying there's a bigger picture that we need to be looking at, you know, um, and to ask for help from our guides, our angelic help. And again, that's why, the this pretty deck here, uh our spirit forest, let's see here, the helpers from the Sacred Forest Oracle deck. I got so many decks going on. Um, Again, are telling, who can we connect with? How can we connect? What little creatures and earthbound or not earthbound can we tap into to help support us in this journey of being too much in our head? And the bigger picture too is like, yes, we have these little decisions that we're struggling to make. Um, and feeling blocked with being able to make decisions with this Two of Swords. And I think that if we look at the bigger picture of what's really going on, um, that can help ground us a little bit more. And that maybe these decisions that you're struggling to make in the scheme of the bigger picture um, might not matter as much in the long end. Is that I don't know which color to use on my logo. I don't know which um, what to name my business or what to offer. And I think some of this is about just getting yourself going. Even if you don't have all the pieces together, it is really helpful. Um, and let's see what else we can come up with here. Let's just pull one more. The Eagle King wants partner here. And the Well Watcher, and that's a number 7. So, looking at the picture here, the Well Watcher is wisdom, power of the divine, and power of the divine. I mean, it's just really reminding us that we are, again, asking, like stepping outside of our little 3D selves and our little brain, or I mean, our brains are big, and asking Pachamama, asking the divine for assistance so that we don't get caught up and asking for that wisdom. And again, that kind of goes back to, right, is there a support system? Is there an elder in your community? Is there someone that you could ask, just to lend an ear and see if they have some wisdom to offer you in guidance with your journey to help you like not be so much in your head and struggling with decisions and someone that you respect that has guidance to offer. Okay. Hmm. Um, so this Ringmaster card, the Ringmaster of Scrutiny keeps coming out for me, or popped out. Actually, I flipped some cards and it came out and I was like, oh, that's not the right one. And I always say when things come out and they don't feel right, like I put them back in and I say, if it's meant to be, you will reappear. I have faith that you will come back out. And here we go. The Ringmaster of Scrutiny came back out. And I feel like because it's coming back out, discernment, clear vision, details, I feel like I really want to understand the message that the Ringmaster has for us. So I want to pull out the reading of the book. And so let's see here. The ringmaster is in the ally stance because it's upright. And the ringmaster of scrutiny is all about the details. So look closely and pay attention to the smallest elements of what's being presented to you on your path. Is it in these details, not the broad strokes, that you will find the breathtaking beauty and perfection in what you observe? The ally is on your side to point out to the deeper meaning of what unfolds in your life, and he reminds you that every moment counts. Staying present is in this perfect moment, observing the minute things leads to manifest your highest good and the greatest desires. Grand gestures are for those other times. It's the smallest acts that really count. So again, like I know I said like yes, maybe the smaller details, it's the overall picture, here, that is really important. And here, we're saying discernment and clear vision and details. Um, I think that I need some more clarity, creator, on what the message is here. And if you could help us figure out, I've got two different kind of messages happening, and I want some more clarity of what kind of is important to pay attention to or not pay attention to, because we're thinking the bigger picture and then now it's saying details. So what, you know, let's see here. So Five of Wands is what came out in answer to that question. Um, so the Five of Wands, e- okay. So what's important with the details here are I'm getting like, again, we're talked about support systems, and what's important in discernment is that you are the people that you are working with, or the support system that you have, is having discernment that that all of you, that the people you're working with are here for your best interest. And this Five of Wands, it's sort of was like, I feel like it's ladies dancing around with wands. Okay, they're dancing. Wands are about what's happening in real time, materialism. I think like it's also like, I feel like wands and is like our 3D world of things right now. And so here I'm getting that it's that your support system is working with you, and that you have discernment, is paying attention to discernment, that they are being supportive and providing advice that is for your benefit, and they're not providing advice or support that is doesn't feel right. So just being really checking in with yourself and being really aligned with who you're reaching out to support you during this time when you're overthinking and struggling to make decisions. And and then it might be a little challenging with the 501s, with a lot of activity of trying to figure out who who are the greatest ones to connect with, who are the wisdom ones to ask, the ones that have the wisdom. And that there might be a lot of people, when you're looking for people to support you, there might be a lot of people that stand up and say, hey, I can do that, or I can be that support. Um, and it might make some chaos. And I know that you might already be feeling like it's difficult to make some of these decisions right now because you're overthinking and you're just looking for one person or two people to help support you, but all these people show up. And and it's important to have discernment on to who is the right person or people to ask that for. Um, and let me see if there is a characteristic, or yeah, is there a characteristic to be looking for the right person to help you in this time, to be your support system, to help with your discernment. Um, so let me see if what is this one? Okay. No, that's not what's supposed to happen. And let's see here. All right. Someone that can be that for you. We pulled up here Seven of Wands. So again, I'm kind of seeing like the person, or a person that can help support you with your overthinking and help you be present, because again, we got another wands, um, is someone that, it might be a professional. It might be someone that you need to go to, that you pay for support. That that's that they have a lot of skills and integrity um and follow, confidentiality, and that way. And it might be it's a professional person who, that's what they do for a career, and that their interest, like they don't have like an interest for themselves in helping you, doesn't, isn't about a personal um benefit or profit. I mean, it isn't for them. Like helping you is because that's what their career is. That's what they chose to do, is that they want to help people. And so by choosing a professional um, healer, or maybe you need to hire a lawyer for your circumstance, or you need legal advice. And how do you find us? And so kind of thinking about support systems, that it's maybe not a friend group person, or an elder, and maybe like literally is a professional, or a homeopath, or you've got trying to figure out some health issue that you have going on, and it's causing you to overthink about what to do. And so maybe you actually need to hire someone to help you figure out what's going on. And so um, yeah, that's what I think that one is all about, is is that sometimes we have to do an energy exchange to help support us on our path. And and that might be what this is too, if you're struggling for finding someone that you feel is with discernment, that is there to help you. Um and so and I'm getting like, don't have fear around asking for help. Don't have fear about telling someone, this is what's going on in my head, this is what's happening in my life. And the more we isolate, if we isolate and we're busy, like if we're just turning over thoughts and decisions and we're not getting anywhere, we create dis-ease, and then we create dis-ease in our body and create mental things, or sorry, physical things to happen because of our mental state. and and again, I suspect that our gut might be imbalanced at this point too, and so it's important to be eating nourishing whole foods at this time to create more of an alkaline body and work on our gut health, because that can really impact our gut health. If it's off balance, can also impact difficulty making decisions, and can affect brain functioning and brain fog, and all these things. And so, on our spiritual journey, it isn't just about clearing the mind, and it's about a whole body um, healing. And so we need to be doing things that are good for our body and putting things in our body that are good for us. And so I feel like that's enough for our message today. And I hope that this was helpful. Of course, any sort of feedback is great too. And if you have any questions, if you want more of a personal reading, if you need support, accessing supportive communities, anything like that, you're welcome to reach out. My email is industrioushealing@gmail.com. And really part of my purpose is to help people heal and help people um, begin that process or get on that healing journey process, and connecting them with healing pathways that help them, inspire them to improve their life and find their own purpose. And so most importantly and not least, is don't forget to smudge your energy and smudge yourself. And of course, I appreciate a subscribe or a like, so that other people may find this video and find it helpful for them. Um, so be well, and thank you for watching.